So how much are you allowed to lose per video?
I don't think we really think about it in those terms anymore. I think that the expected loss of one of our videos is probably around $4,000. So that's our cost. That's before like any free plays or offers we get just from our play, which is generally in the range of, I don't know, $300 to $1,000 per day. So we don't really think about it like that anymore. Fortunately now we could lose a lot on a video and it wouldn't make much of a difference. It's all, as long as we are making the right decisions and we understand what the results could potentially be, we will do things smart. Like we did $1,000 a spin for hitting 1.25 million. And we figured, okay, we could possibly lose 100,000 if we do $125,000 spins. In a worst case, and we're like, we can live with that. That's not the expected result. The expected result is probably lose 14, 15,000. We lost 100, and there was a big contingent of people blaming me for that, but it went about as bad as it could have possibly gone, and we lost 100 grand that day.
We actually made an I Blame EJ t-shirt.
Yeah.
So many people blamed him because we switched machines, and everyone blamed him for switching machines, but we ended up doing well on the t-shirt.
No, yeah, we might have made a couple $1,000s on the t-shirt, but no, yeah, I was just like, this machine seems cool, we should switch, which, by the way, it does not matter. Every time you push the button, it's an independent event. We could have potentially done worse. It's not likely had we stayed, but yeah, moving in hindsight was a bad choice.
So what type of calculations do you guys do to know how much you can lose? Like, or is it just kind of like we could probably lose 100 grand on this. We could spare 50,000 here.
I think that you're maybe giving us more credit than we deserve thinking about it that way. From the beginning, and again, WBG, who we'll talk to in a minute, he said, like, we can't afford this based on projections of what we will make. And then there was moments, and credit to him for giving us the confidence to go forward and do it. And now we don't think about it because, I mean, you guys know how YouTube is, and it's good. And if we lost $1 million a month, we would go bankrupt. But we generally don't do anything too crazy except for maybe a couple times a month where we could lose upwards of $100,000.
How often do you balance the budget? Is it weekly, monthly, every quarter?
So like he mentioned earlier, we have that fund of money that we keep for gambling and then add to it as needed. And right now there's just a surplus because we've done so much winning. So we're kind of just in a very comfortable position where we don't even really need to think about it because this money has already been allotted to the gambling. And until such time as that money is gone, we're just making all the money from the content.
How much do you have in the fund right now?
About $156,000, but I mean, I don't pay that close attention.
More, actually.
Is it more? How much?
Yeah, it's like 210.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 210 in that fund, the gambling fund.
Holding out on
it was up to over 300, but it's taken some hits.
So you just don't see that money as yours?
It's his and it's theirs, but it's just that money is what we use to make the videos. And we'll add to it as needed, but hopefully we just keep getting lucky and win. But yeah, you think about it. How do you view that money? Like, it's already gone in your mind, right?
Like I said, I think when it's depleted and it gets to the point where every day we have to add to it, then it's really painful, but once there's like a little bit in it and then it's like, it goes up and down. And as long as there's still money in that fund, I mean, I'm thrilled. I haven't had to add money in a few months.
How much would you have to lose to quit the channel?
I mean, it'd be a lot. It's as you guys know, you have a podcast and you get a lot of views, and hopefully you'll get a lot on this. I'll encourage our audience to watch it.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of money to be made in this, and then with sponsors and all that other stuff. I mean, after doing this every day and as hard as they've worked on this, I don't think we could lose.
How are the finances like split up between the people? Like, is it like even keeled?
The three of us are even partners.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have any disagreements because you're all even, that like one person believes very strongly for one thing and the two like outnumber the one?
We get along surprisingly well, I would say.
Yeah, I think that WBG and I generally agree on like anything content related most of the time, and he doesn't really feel too strongly about any of it. So he just goes and has a good time. And then if he ever feels really strongly about something, we do it. So there's never been an issue.
I'm in charge, technically.
Sure, yeah.
If you're gambling then off camera, is that with your money or is that with like
his own? He calls it his walking around money.
Okay.
That's just the money that he keeps on him. That's his own. It's separate from the the budget that we use to produce the videos.
The
yes.
$3,000 coffee was your own money.
Oh yeah. I mean, I couldn't go, oh guys, I was at coffee and I lost $3,000.
No, that wouldn't fly. No.
So it's like, this is my walking around money.
Oh,
And,
Can I hold it?
And
It's heavy.
let's see. Yeah.
That's
and
That's
so
nice.
so
Lot
the,
of
so like
clothes.
this is
hold it more.
because, and see the stuff is a different color. That's like the like the 1s and 5s and 10s and 20s.
Oh my
But it's
gosh.
mostly hundreds. And this money clip, by the way, was a gift. We got a money clip from one of our fans, and it's the best money clip. And
It's
and
tight.
It's huge.
and it can hold 150 bills. So 15,000 is the capacity. And this is available at the VegasMatt.com merch store, and where
Wow.
thousands of lucky people have this very money clip.
So how much do you have that in cash?
I'd say this is about $9,600 would be my
Okay.
guess.
I'm curious now for the business. What does the income look like? Where are you making the most amount of money? Where is the money coming from?
Yeah. A large portion of it is YouTube, and then another large portion of it is sponsors, and then something that we really love that is all of our passions is the merchandise. You can see him and I wearing it.
Mhm.
Love that the fans support it. Love that they enjoy it. We try to produce stuff that they'll enjoy wearing, and that is a smaller portion of it. I would say maybe the breakdown would be 50-50 with YouTube and sponsors, and then some merchandise and stuff. Without getting into too much detail. But
And if you're trying to expand the revenue of the business, what do you think is the best way to maximize that?
well, if we're
Like, you're trying to
to
grow the business, yeah.
if we're trying to grow the business, we make better videos and grow the audience, and then in turn, more deal flow will come in and the more ad revenue from YouTube. So it all comes down to making the best videos you can and having the most fun, which he specializes in.
Do you worry about YouTube cracking down on these sorts of videos? Because I thought they just announced a new, like an age verification, or you're not allowed to link or show certain things on screen.
Yes, we do worry about that. Yes, the policies have changed quite a bit. Brick and mortar, they still they don't age restrict it. But online, I think that there are companies in the online space that are maybe bad actors, so they're trying to navigate that, and they can't distinguish between the online content that aren't bad actors and the ones that really are, so they're age restricting online gambling at the moment, but I think that they'll be able to flesh that out over time and figure out which online casinos are regulated and which ones will be tolerated and not tolerated. But for now, that's a bit of a tricky space. He's more worried about it than I am. I think YouTube enjoys the ad revenue from all different casinos and stuff a little
Here's
bit
what
too
I've
much.
seen though recently. It seems like YouTube just announced this new AI moderation tool that is going through flagging channels
Mhm.
and then having them deleted overnight. And it seems like what they're doing is they're going now back years and then just flagging all these videos concurrently.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden when you get a few strikes, the AI tool just removes the channel.
Sure.
You request a review and then it just says, oh, immediately afterwards, it's all AI now.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, your content, doesn't go against our guidelines.
Right.
Deleted.
I think that's why it's important to have a rep, like when you get to be our size, and the rep would be able to fix that if it was wrong. But yeah, it's worrying, but that is the space we play in,
Yeah.
and so we have to.
I have seen though, even with a rep,
Yeah.
it seems like it could take weeks.
Right. And
Or
that
months.
would be a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So follow us on all the different social medias just in
Yeah.
case anything ever happens.
I mean, I'm almost to a point where I guess, what good does worry do? And if it did happen, it'd be like, okay, well, now I don't have to go film a video every single day. And there's other revenue streams and things like that. Like I like doing events a lot. Like we do these fan events, where we'll bring people in for like a weekend to a casino. We do cruises. Cruises are an absolute blast. We have a deal with Virgin Cruises, and we do 3 or 4 a year now.
Yeah. 2026, I think we have 3 scheduled already, and maybe gonna add a 4th and a 5th.
So it's like, so much fun. We meet the nicest people. I've got a bunch of like friends that are like, I text every day, that came to my Christmas party, that I met on our first cruise. Like really, really, really nice people. I was kind of concerned when we did our first one, like what if I'm trapped on this boat with a bunch of weirdos and close talkers and, people with bad breath that like to tell secrets. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. And then it turned out everyone was nice. Except for that one girl that was like stalking you, but
yeah.
but
You were a stalker?
Not a stalker, but she was like an empty nester old woman, and she developed a very strong fascination with me and wouldn't leave me alone the whole cruise. At one point, she like cornered me in the hallway and was saying some things and crying,
What did
and
she
I was
say?
like, well, I don't know if we can say on the podcast, but I said no thank you, and I was like, I'm not interested.
She was crying though?
Oh yeah, she had some stuff going on for sure.
Yeah, so
You weren't interested.
No, not at all.
but except for her, everyone was really
Yeah.
nice, and it's just fun. You know, there's a lot of other things that you can do, and I think, yeah, like EJ says, you know, as long as we make great content and we build our audience, you know, the revenue follows.
I could see you guys creating a slot machine, and maybe it's like a limited edition slot machine where you only make 5 of them. You put like one in your top 5 favorite casinos, or just one casino. You've got 5 VegasMatt slot machines all right next to each other, and then you can spin it, and it's like all of your faces.
Oh,
like
I love the faces
That would be
idea.
fantastic. It would be an attraction. I feel like lines could form. There's something there.
I'm
Cut
happy.
me in.
I'm happy you're
No.
saying it. There absolutely is. Yeah. We haven't had any slot manufacturers reach out, or we have, but the right situation hasn't presented itself. And those big companies have to do so much legal and all this different stuff, and they give us all these different excuses. But you're right. It would be good. We'd want thousands of them instead of 5, because we want to be able to get them in the most amount of places and have it do really, really
It would
well.
be the best game. I mean, there's a couple of online VegasMatt slots. There's VegasMatt Blackjack. There's VegasMatt Cash Eruption. There's
Do you guys own them?
licensing, I think.
No.
I mean, I don't know how it works, but
It's an NIL thing, but
name, image, and likeness. That's what NIL is. I learned about that. And I really would like to have the VegasMatt slot. Our slot would be the best slot.
How would you make it the best game? What would you do? How would it look?
Well, you'd never be out of it. You know, we just, I don't know, just make it fun. I think it'd make it fun, and it'd be there are a lot of them. They're the same. You know, like there's 82 variations of Huff and Puff, and they do all these machines. So you take some of the machines that we really, really like, and take some of the good dynamics from those machines. I would want it to have a good return to player. I would want it to be too volatile, where the big wins are so big, but you usually lose. I'd rather have something that's a little bit more even keeled,
More frequent winning.
Yeah, more frequent bonuses, maybe not as massive. You know, we would just create a really, really good slot machine, but just with the funny stuff that we say and so forth. I think our audience would love it and interact with it, and I'd be willing to bet any slot manufacturer that's watching this podcast that it would be the highest performing slot that they would ever put into the casinos.
It would be interesting if they lose on one, it just says Sando.
Yeah, exactly.
And then lose again, Sando. And then you lose another one, and you're like, oh, just one more. Come on. Could you egg people on?
Oh,
to
yeah. Well, like on VegasMatt Blackjack, you know, like I'll be like, oh, that was brutal, or oh, what a Sando, or like I said something I thought was funny, like I got like a Jack of Diamonds and a King of Clubs, and I said, oh, Jack King offsuit, that's EJ's favorite hand, and like tried to make it funny, and yeah, it's a great idea, and I'm shocked that it hasn't happened yet, but I believe it will.
So any other things left to expand on the business? I'm curious, like, is it literally just making more high quality videos, getting higher paying sponsors, and that's it? Or is there any other like stuff in the woodworks? I did hear you guys mention, I don't know if I can say this, a movie.
That would be fun. He has had the movie idea for a long time, of just not necessarily about us, but about a lot of the stuff that we know about and see. And there, you can speak more about it. You talk about your script.
I mean, it would be like Rain Man meets the MIT card counting team meets casino. I mean, WVG doesn't like when I use that analogy, but it's like people think that, I mean, I think we could make a movie that's that big about the slot world, about the world of advantage slot play, all that kind of stuff that people have no idea about. And like I have like the opening scene, the guys walking through the casino, kind of like the Terminator, just like looking at all these things that no one else is noticing. There's this little old lady pushing the button, these people over here hooting and hollering, and then it's like, oh wait, someone, there's a 72 on that machine right there, and then just the people, like the Rain Man dynamic is interesting, because you know how like autism rates have gone up just like crazy, like since 1992, I believe, and I don't know what it is caused by and whatnot. That's a whole nother thing. I'll leave that to RFK or whoever's fixing it now. But there's a lot of people on the spectrum that are professional gamblers, because that's like the Rain Man, made that he was a pretty extreme example of it, but there are a lot of people that are like not maybe that too far on the spectrum, but they're on the spectrum, like super math geniuses and so forth. And then there's tales that I'm aware of people not in the too distant past of people getting taken in back rooms, beaten up. Like casinos do not like when you beat them. There's danger and intrigue and so much interesting stuff that happens in the world of gambling and professional gambling. And I thought the MIT card counting, the Kevin Spacey one, was so well done, that movie 21. And I think the slot underworld is even more interesting. So
way more.
Coming soon to a theater near you. And then there's they did a reality show, like a
docuseries.
For like 6 months. They had us mic'd up everywhere. Like the restroom was weird sometimes, and I forget that I had a mic on. And I mean, they literally were like 24/7. We were mic'd up, and they did all this behind the scenes content. They do a docuseries. We were approached about us doing a sitcom, like where they had actors play us, and we never ended up doing that deal. But yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff comes up. I personally want to do a regular VegasMatt show, like a variety show, like here in Vegas, where people come and the VegasMatt show. EJ isn't as crazy about that idea as I am. I really believe that we could do a great show and make it fun and entertaining and have and fill theaters. And I think that we would fill theaters with people, like I don't know, Carrie Underwood or Janet Jackson or whoever fills a theater. Those people come, they go to the theater, they go to the show, and then they may put $1 into slot machine. But everyone who comes to my show probably on the way out stop at the high limit room and gamble $50,000, and it would probably be the most profitable show in the history of shows for Las Vegas if we were to do that. First one's in April.
The biggest stage in world soccer is here, and right now, every single goal changes everything, which is exactly why our sponsor FanDuel made things even more interesting with Every Goal Pays. And here's how it works. You bet on a match and get bonus bets for every goal scored in that match. So the more goals in the game, the more bonus bets. All you have to do is turn on your token. For example, the USA beat Paraguay 4-1. That's 5 total goals in one game, and every single one pays out. So lock in your token and watch Every Goal Matter. Visit FanDuel.com to get started now. 21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, 18 plus DC, Kentucky, Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-MyReset. Call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050 Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY New York. Call 1-877-770-7867 Louisiana.